announcements, and some indie darlings that you otherwise might have missed. So, before I get out on the stage, here's the first of our trailers.
Oh God. Sorry. I'm struggling a little bit. The cat got on my back and is now on my shoulders. I was trying to get ready. I was... Jesus. I was watching this in the background while trying to finish a few things and also sort Pip out, but he wants to stay there now. So I gotta deal with this. I was straight up missing the sequel to one of my favorite games last year. That sucks. Hey, streamer. Wilmot works it out. It's gonna make it hard to pay attention with my new Pip scarf. I didn't know Wilmot had other games. I played Wilmot's Warehouse once before, but I didn't know Wilmot was like a whole franchise.
Get the impression that you really liked those first few trailers.
I did, but I couldn't pay much attention because I have a cat.
Hopefully you're prepared for many more to come.
I am.
Our next set of trailers will take you on a journey from the highest mountains down
Okay,
into the...
while she's introducing that, look at this. Look at this Pippi. Okay, there you, now you've seen. This is a massively multiplayer indie skiing game? Pip, what do you think, since you have to be here? Oh, he jumped off. Oh my god. It was getting warm. It's not scarf weather. Unlike the weather in this game. You've heard the announcer's voice in some game? I mean, she sounded like a generic English chick. English accent. Maybe all the English sound that way to you. They all sound that way to me. Pip, don't stand on the laptop though. Careful. This is a very chill trailer. It's just like playing the game with no music for a few seconds. For like a minute. Oh god. Oh, it's not even a trailer, it's in development footage. Oh, Lonely Mountains. That's a mountain biking game. They just invented like a skiing version. MMO SPG. This is what we usually expect from indie showcases, is 2D pixel art games with really slick animation. That's what you want. Explore Barcelona. I like the fact that we're now neoing other cities. Like, people usually do like Neo Tokyo in video games. But now we're getting Barcelona. Altered Alma. Her name's very similar to Alita, including the font. I think that's what they're going for. Later on, I might have to go back to the beginning of the showcase and just have another look at the beginning, because I was very distracted at the time, trying to get everything ready and dealing with Pip at the same time. It's hard to get all your stream stuff ready when there's a cat like precariously balanced on your head. Kind of slows you down. Sulfur. Oh, we've seen this before. I'm gonna get my coffee. This is like a dungeon crawling procedural roguelike thing, but with first person shooting. Ah. Oh, that tastes weird. I got something wrong there. Some part of the coffee making imbalance. Maybe not enough sugar. The Order of Catalonia is free in Neo Barcelona. What's Catalonia? That sounds like a kingdom ruled completely by cats. How are these people playing this game for 40, 55 hours? Oh, it must be out in early access. Of course.
For all of you green-conscious gamers out there, you'll be pleased to know that this year, Gamescom is running on 100% renewable energy.
Look at the size of that Yu-Gi-Oh banner at the back there.
And avoiding single-use plastic.
They must be having Yu-Gi-Oh competitions at Gamescom.
In conjunction with the UN's Playing for the Planet initiative, they came up with a Sustainability Award.
You want a release date announcement for Squirrel with a Gun?
Showcase.
I'll take any kind of trailer they'll give me, as long as I get to see the squirrel with the gun.
Efforts, head on over to the website.
It's a good trailer.
Donate directly by purchasing a green ticket. So I'm sure by now you've gotten a glimpse into the sheer versatility that indie games can provide. And trust me, it's only getting better from here. Our next games are a perfect example of that. From slaying dragons to surviving on a creepy boat and living. Okay,
the coffee's getting a bit better as it kicks in.
In these economic times, is a very big deal. See for yourself.
This is gonna be Anime Darkest Dungeon. The drawings look a little bit fan drawing-y. Something a bit raw about them. Mysterious girl. Doesn't get to have a name. Random female. Boy. No one gets to have a name? Oh, the map quest screen is interesting. So they never actually leave the screen, you just explore the map with that little glowy cursor. It's kind of old school. Catalonia is a place with its own culture, language, and rich industry ruled by Spain. Oh, you were asking if it's free as a nation. When you said free, I thought you meant like as in didn't cost anything. So I thought it was like maybe that's some kind of ingredient or vegetable I've never heard of. I misunderstood what you were saying. Indie horror time. Mouth washing. That's an intriguing name. Names like that make me really want to play the game just to find out, like, what the context of the name is. Mouth washing. With a horribly mutilated man wrapped in bandages on screen. I don't think he washed his, I don't think he washed his mouth correctly.
Once.
He did something wrong.
It must have been the year 1989. A guy named Collier lived here. But he wasn't doing well.
Oh, this is...
Day in and day out.
I think this is the
always
game
same chores.
with the same plot as
All
that
his friends had left him behind.
Tom Hanks movie we saw the trailer for the other night.
He received a mysterious
I think this
message.
entire game takes place in this one apartment over time,
Oh, really?
as different people live there.
Let me think. There's more where that came from. Did you ever wonder who else lived in
Very
this
quiet.
apartment
Hang
before? So many dreams and dangers.
This trailer's so quiet.
Hellos and goodbyes. So many adventures, memories, and mysteries. All in these four walls.
And what about that other story?
That's for another day.
That's a story for another day. Yeah, here, yeah. It's basically the same exact thing. This is the video game version of that. But they have no connection.
Can pitch ideas around social responsibility. This year, Gamescom has taken several strides to improve the experience of those who have mobility impairments. To find out more about Gamescom's safer space policy, head on over to the official Gamescom website. Sure, battling powerful enemies.
Oh, we cut
and
from her to
running
her.
around being a hero is
There's so many
important,
her.
I guess. But we mustn't forget about the common people. There is a beauty in the mundanity of it all. From
It just clicked to me that her
packages
denim
to running
jacket
your very own tavern.
switches from
These
regular
next
denim
trailers
to
prove that these
white
mundane tasks
as it goes
make
from right to
for
left.
Extremely captivating games
pretty cool.
as well.
Very punk. Is that a chili dog?
In a land
That was
of
random.
fantasy and fable, where legends are forged
They're trying to do comedy in the indie showcase.
and hidden treasures lie, begins the quest
I could do this voice.
for the coziest of corners.
This is not about adventure. This is about building a tavern. I actually like games like this a lot.
Forget saving the world.
Yeah.
Relax and run your
We've done that enough.
cozy pub for quirky adventurers.
You think she's the villain in The Getaway?
Tavern keeper.
As in,
Come
on the
on
PlayStation 2? That Getaway? Because that goes way back. Is this a little witch delivery service? Aw. Cut. Mika and the Witch's Mountain. The broom mechanics seem interesting. Like, you can't just fly anywhere. You have to use updrafts and things strategically. And you have a dog. As long as there's a button to pet the dog. Not allowed to have games with dog, but no petting of dog. Illegal. Oh, it's a game show. I thought you meant the PS2 game. I didn't realize it was going to be a game show because you said villain. And I haven't seen many game shows that have villains. It was unexpected. So it's like a half adventure, half chill
Their
life
battle
sim.
begins now.
She seemed to be doing chores mostly for like other islanders. Phone game, I think. To be fair, I've played some pretty damn good games on PC and console that could be, that are the size that you could put it on a phone. It's not really an insult anymore, is it? Calling something a phone game. You could probably play Limbo on a phone. Limbo is a great game. Royal Revolt Warriors. There's a Goat Man bard. I want to play as him.
To the big Gamescom stage.
You think it's a Vampire
Great
Survival?
to see all of your
Oh, I
excited little
didn't clock
faces.
whether he was auto
Now,
battling or not.
Awesome Indies is not only a show full of banging.
Maybe. I
jingles
think it might have just been a
back-to-back,
twin stick
sprinkled in
action
with some
game.
Fabulous hosting, if I do say so myself. No, I dive deeper into the creative minds behind some of the most charming indie games around. So join me as I talk to the team behind Go-Go Town as we discuss the challenges, inspirations, and features of this lively town-building adventure.
Yeah. Always rely on indie to bring the good town building stuff. Why doesn't AAA do more town building? There's a lot of games that are trying to take some thunder from Animal Crossing in the indie space. It all feels very Animal Crossing. But like, they tend to try to hybrid fuse Animal Crossing and Harvest Moon. Or Stardew Valley, I guess, is a better, more modern example. If you can find the sweet spot between traditional farming games like Stardew and Harvest Moon and Animal Crossing, that tends to be is a target market there. A thirsty one. Clearly. Go-Go Town.
I'm here with Cheryl.
Why were they
from
so
Crime
horrified to
Force
have new
North.
villagers show up?
And to everybody that just saw that fantastic trailer, could you give us a
That
one
Go-Go Town was
sentence
racist.
summary of Go-Go
They
Town?
didn't like new people showing up.
Town is a chaotic and cozy town building and automation sim.
Automation
That's
sim,
succinct.
she
I really
says.
like that. That's fantastic. So we got to chat last year, and you know it was so cute getting to grips with Go-Go Town. In the year since we spoke, you know, what have been the new developments?
Well, we released
Lots
into
of
early
things.
access, so that's been exciting. So that's a whole new challenge and a whole new experience. Otherwise, we've just been continuing.
She's
to
got
make
quite
it
a big
better.
mouth.
I mean, like
That wasn't meant to
feedback's
be an
been great, the
insult. It
exposure
sounds
coming
like one,
to
but-
events like this, it's been fantastic for helping.
You know what I
us
mean,
to
though?
just
It's like,
find our audience.
if she opened her
and
mouth
work
really
with them to
wide, it
make
would be
better.
huge.
Amazing. And so in terms of early access, what have been like the key parts of feedback that you've gotten from players?
Slow living with
It's
Princess
been
tried to hit that
it's
niche
been
but failed.
fantastic. We did
I'm sure
play
there's
test
tons of
before that anyway
failures.
for like 8 months, so we've already had
Because
like,
there's
almost a
tons of
year
mid
feedback
as well.
on leading up to early access.
And not that
But
many
hitting early
major
access,
hits.
You open up the floodgates to a whole bunch of new people as well too, and it's been great.
But everyone
The
keeps
feedback's
doing
been
it.
really good. We're sitting 93% positive ratings, so I feel like that's a pretty good start. But there's still things we want to do.
I wonder how
and that's our
Disney Dreamlight
community.
Valley's
So
going.
One of the things we
Speaking
found
of.
is initially we didn't have our roadmap set to expectations, so we put that to a poll to our players and said, okay, here's some options, what's going to work for you, and they fed back on that, and so we've adapted that and rolled that into our roadmap, and we're going with some of those sorts of things. So that's the type of feedback that's fantastic, is where you're not quite hitting the mark, you talk to people.
should
and
let her
ask them,
hold
what
the
do
mic.
you want, and come back and
It's always
You
awkward
make
when you
that
have to
happen.
like stick a mic in someone
Amazing.
else's
And
face
so in
for like
terms of these features
5 minutes straight.
that you'll be implementing, can you tell us about any of them?
So in the next couple of weeks,
Just let her
I'm
have her own
really
mic
excited
or
for the
hand it
new
over.
features coming out, and I'm showing them here at Gamescom in the Indie Arena booth. But we have zone customization, which is going to be huge because people can really change up the layout of their towns and how that flows. We have the subway system coming in so that we can move the NPCs around
You
a
don't get a
giant
flow of
map,
Battle
which is
Royale.
also there, which is exciting.
Yeah, there was a
It's
glut
so
at one
big
point.
now, the game world, and then we have a whole bunch of really awesome.
I'm sure there's,
content,
like,
just
a
great
bin at
decorations
Steam
and new stuff coming in that
with a
people
bunch
can
of
play with.
failed battle royales that are
sounds
like
awesome.
unplayable
And so
because nobody's
I
in
would love
there.
to ask about like some of the considerations you had to take into place when implementing city planning and resource management.
Yeah, so the big one is save data. We do not want to break.
A lot of them end up on
save
phone as
and
well.
Lose, like their towns that they put all that
I'm gonna have
effort
a
into. So
little
that's actually
chocolate
one of
Tim
the
Tam
biggest
while
ones
they're
that we
talking about
always
this
take into
Go-Go Town
consideration.
business.
Otherwise, then we're just looking at things like trying to balance what types of things people want. Some people want really cozy cottagecore. Some people want, you know, like crazy space aliens. And so there's always the balance when we make all this stuff.
I
to
like
try and make sure
cozy
that we're hitting
cottagecore.
all the marks
Good
for
genre.
all the different types of play people
I also
want
miss
when they
Pip.
get the content.
Now that he's gone,
Oh, that's amazing.
I want him to come back on
lastly,
my
is
head.
there anything else that you want to highlight about Go-Go Town?
It's at an early access now, and it's amazing. I love it. It's a great game. I'm also
the mics are not that
biased, but
expensive.
The internet is also.
I mean,
tells us it's a great game.
it's
so
on
they're
brand because this is the
biased.
indie show, and indie tends to be cheap.
Thank you for that wonderful interview, Cheryl. And now,
Nobody
back
here
to
got
the
any
show.
money.
If you're not attending Gamescom in person this year, not to worry. You
They
can
probably
keep
found
up to
that
date with all
microphone,
of the events
like,
and goings
outside
on
by a skip.
heading on over to Gamescom now. Hold on to your seats, because the following set of trailers are full of non-stop action. If you like epic battles, intense chases, and explosive combat, these next titles
I don't mind
are
if
up
we
your
stay
alley.
in
Let's take a
the
look.
cozy cottage space. To be honest, we don't need to be doing action all the time.
Eons ago, Goddess Life tricked her sister, Goddess Death, to seize her powers and create an immortal race.
Deathbound.
Sought revenge, seducing them to relinquish immortality,
Tate Multimedia.
and their society crumbled.
That better have anything to do with Andrew
Centuries
Tate.
later, a new medieval civilization arose.
Although, why would Andrew Tate have a video game company?
Relentlessly pursues the cult of life, aiming to defy.
He's too busy
death
getting
once
caught for
more.
sex trafficking in
Essence
Romania.
Masters sought a ritual using first men's tech for eternal life with dire consequences. We are the result of these experiments.
Those are Souls like. It's really hard to be a Souls like at the moment. I feel like we've hit maximum capacity on Souls likes a little bit. So standing out is hard. Liza P did well for itself, despite coming out of nowhere. But a lot of the other ones tend to get lost in the shuffle. We could get a new Dune MMO trailer from Funcom. We got that yesterday at the opening night Gamescom showcase.
He never does. I said left square and he just went straight over the broken bridge. Like I'm not even...
They got through that on night one.
Oh.
Is this a story-driven rally game? That could be
First
cool.
time? Huh?
Huh? I said first time. Oh my god, it is. Hashtag drive rally. You know what? I don't personally care too much about like rally, but I like the tone they're going for here. I would play this. Alexa, shut up. I would play this if just for the personality and the story stuff. Just so I could see how they do it.
Core Inc., where your success is our bottom
I like
line.
racing games that put more into the game than just picking a race and driving around. I like racing games with like cinematic stories, some like management section where you have to build a car company, like Evolution Racing back in the day.
Bases, upgrade state-of-the-art equipment, and extract valuable resources.
Oh, this is like Terraria
At night, the real
X
challenge begins.
Deep Rock Galactic.
As darkness falls, it's time to manage the planet's unique biodiversity. Strategically place advanced wildlife control
Oh, and
or
tower
turrets,
defense.
and use them to ensure a balance.
So you dig down during the day to get resources,
Remember,
and at
it's
night
not a crime against
you set up all your
biodiversity
tower
if it's
defense shit on the
self-defense.
surface.
During your excavation, you might uncover unique
Good at predictions.
artifacts that provide advantages in perilous situations. Use them wisely.
There only seems to be two major
Once your mission
streaming
is
nights for
accomplished, you can
Gamescom.
get your
Opening night
crew
was
back to
yesterday.
Regional HQ
I checked
and
that out,
prepare for
and
your
now
next
Indie Night is
assignment.
tonight.
At Drill Core Inc., no two challenges are the same. Success will bring you career opportunities, advancements, and more complex and rewarding assignments. Join
Planet
Drill
type
Core Inc.
cavernous.
today and carve your path to unparalleled. Drill Core Inc., building tomorrow's galaxy one core at a time.
Ready to vote for your favorite games? Have your say in the Gamescom Awards by heading on over to Gamescom.
Dig or Die is a great game with a few glaring flaws. Oh, you've played it? Good name, by the way. Dig or Die.
CEST, and the winners
Rolls
will
off the
be
tongue.
revealed on Friday.
Has a groove
Up
to it.
next, we've got a fantastic mix of games that all have one thing in common: the need to find resources while exploring the world around you. All
Cool.
in different ways and for different reasons, of course, but still. If that makes you
Survival
curious,
crafty shit? Uh-oh.
then these are the trailers.
Wait, was
you're
that
waiting
was that on
for.
purpose?
Check them out.
I think maybe that was like done on purpose as a joke. Like, let's make fun of our dinky indie setup and have the curtain fall down. Really basic, like basic survival crafting. Use as few pixels as possible. You played all the way through 2 times? I wasn't expecting that. When you said glaring flaws, I wasn't expecting you to be such a fan. It must be good if there's some issues with it that you're ignoring and just constantly playing it. This inventory interface reminds me of playing XCOM as a child. Sweet. I like the sniper rifle view. That looks like fun. Zero Sievert. I'm guessing Sievert is a European word?
Today, we'll be making a local variant of the soup.
Variant? What?
A perfect dish for those who want to stir up some satisfaction. The mystical concept of soup comes in many flavors. This one originates from
Is
bananas.
this a survival crafting soup game? Oh, it's Fruit
Now
Bus.
is the time to pick
No,
the
I know
right
what Fruit
tools
Bus
for
is.
your art.
We've seen a trailer for this before.
humble pan will do.
Fruit Bus looks cool.
Dice your vegetables and let them unwind in the pot.
You have a
Beautiful.
it's a mobile kitchen.
Next,
Your truck has a kitchen in the back.
into happy
So you drive
little
around
pieces.
town basically getting ingredients and making food out the back of your truck
new
for people.
friends into the hot springs of relaxation.
And then you serve it out the back.
It's time to work on the presentation. Marvelous.
You know, like those taco trucks where the side opens up and you serve people food? Careful. Yeah, like this.
You have unlocked the secrets of presenting the perfect soup. Of
I love this
course,
voice.
With your growing reputation,
He doesn't know
you
English
might
too
need
well,
to
but
broaden your cooking horizons.
a little bit ASMR. You like the soup, yes? Fruit
Tune in
Bus.
next time for the joy of cooking with Fruit Bus, coming out October 28th.
Now I'm going to read off to you a list of vegetables. Very many vegetables. I say tomato. I say onion. I say carrot. I say potato. I say appaloosa. Cucumber. Benavuito. That's actually not a vegetable. That's the name of a family in Resident Evil. Sorry, that went off the rails quickly. Seen a trailer for this too. There's a lot of flying in this. Over like a fairly large, impressive looking landscape. Very colourful. I didn't know she had a holographic beam grappling hook though. Or did I? Did I just forget? Some of the fighting also looks very Monster Hunter. People keep saying they wish there were more games with Monster Hunter style combat. So even though this isn't not technically a Monster Hunter game,
If after
maybe
all of these
combat-wise
trailers
it'll
you've
fit the bill?
managed to resist the magic of indie games, may I offer you a magical indie game? I'm thrilled to speak with the devs behind Grimoire Groves as we uncover
Grimoire Groves. There goes the whole background.
the enchanting world that they've created.
I think they're doing it on purpose. I think it's a running joke. I thought I knew what Grimoire Groves was. I guess I didn't. I was expecting something different. It reminds me of that Pikmin-like game that I played. Into the Wilds or something? Just a little bit. Okay, the song has got it. I'm being sold on the song alone. It sounds like the Lums from Rayman. I love when the Lums in Rayman sing. It's the best thing ever. Digger Die has a flaw where the healing devices don't regenerate off screen. Very end game environmental damage can destroy a wall if you move away from it. Very annoying in a building game. Phrasing and mechanics are really great though. It looked cool from what I saw. I'd play it.
I am delighted to be joined by Christoph from Stardust. Now, first things first, I have to say, this shirt is amazing. Is it available as merch?
It is not right now. Maybe in the future,
You
if
can
you
take
come
a
to
my
our Discord,
shirt.
spam us, tell us
If you will
want
take
it.
it off my body yourself.
Okay,
I
that's
will
a
unbutton
challenge.
and you
so
take,
for everybody
yes?
listening at home that is as jealous as I am, you know
Please
what
do
to
not look at my nipples.
So
They're
could you
very
give
long.
us
They can
a
cut a
short
diamond.
one-sentence summary of Grimoire Groves?
Yes, sure. It's a roguelike dungeon crawler mixed with farming sim. You will be dancing around in the forest, planting plants, and collect fruits.
Oh, sounds amazing.
I
So
do like his
normally
shirt a lot,
dungeon
actually. I'm now
crawlers
staring at
are,
it.
You know, dark and gritty. What made you want to go cutesy?
It's a bit loud, but it's fun.
One of the biggest factors was also like just our studio. We love to do things a bit more diverse and interesting and bring new perspectives to games. And we really wanted to make a dungeon crawler that doesn't always kill things, because basically.
Oh, they counted as a dungeon crawler?
I
I didn't get that from the trailer.
The same action-based gameplay to a non-violent game.
I love that so much. So what new features can players look forward to?
Definitely planting all the plants in the forest, collecting all the fruits from the plants, growing their garden, building their garden more out, learning about the different spirits in the game, as you can also see here, and about other plant creatures, and getting to know the Grimoire Groves with its nice story.
So I'd love to know about the design, about some of the magical creatures and spirits.
So there's a lot of different magical creatures in the game.
There is this one
First of all,
creature
there's the
called the
4
Baba
elemental
Yaga.
spirits, each to one,
You would
one
think
of
with the
their
fantasy
elemental biomes where they
background, the
live,
Baba Yaga
and you
would
will
be some
learn
kind of witch
about them
with the
in the
walking chicken
storyline.
leg house.
And there's also the
It is
other
not.
plant creatures
It
that
is
you
actually
can
John
plant into
Wick,
the ground.
played
They're
by
modeled
Keanu
after
Reeves. We
different
actually got Keanu
plants.
Reeves. He
So,
did
like,
the
we
voice
have a
acting.
beanie, we have a
Keanu Reeves, he
chestnut
comes at you in the
type
dungeon, he
plant, we also
chases
have a
you.
lot of other ones.
You are a
Which
very
have
nice
different
little
interactions
witch,
when you
and you
interact
live in a
with them and
grimoire,
get
you
to
try
know
to
them,
find the
and
vegetables
you
to make a
will
soup.
collect all of them in your
But
garden.
here comes Keanu Reeves,
Well,
and he
if
wants
your
to kill
shirt
you
is
with the
anything to go
pencil.
by, I'm so excited.
This is a very
to
good game you play.
Do you have a
Please?
favorite magical creature or spirit?
Absolutely, I really love the fire spirit that we have in the game. He lives in the fire biome, and
The
he's
fire
kind of
spirit,
based on a
he is
dragon,
very formidable,
like
he's very
Chinese
cool,
dragon
but he's
mixed
not
with,
as formidable or
lion
cool
and
as
tiger,
Keanu Reeves.
And he's just really cute. He has 6 paws.
He can
and a
set you
really
on
cute
fire, but
head
so can John
and
Wick.
fur, so I really love him.
I'm getting a glimpse of him from your shirt.
We have him on the shirt.
I really like John Wick.
Yeah, so you can see here he's like.
I
this
put him in
really
all my
cute
games.
face, and I hope you will enchant the players.
I'm enchanted, so I have a feeling that they will be too. Thank you so much.
Sometimes
for
when
your
I am
time.
in the bathroom,
Back to the show.
doing the number 2, I look at picture of
Do you wanna
John Wick
learn
on my
more
phone
about
while I take a
Gamescom
shit.
and some cool rewards
It makes
while
me
you're
feel
at
good
it?
inside.
Then Gamescom Epics is for you. You'll test your gamer know-how and solve some tricky puzzles. Simply search Gamescom Epics and let the adventure begin.
Yamas.
As you can see from down there in front of our very magnificent, very real Gamescom stage, we've got loads
What do you mean
of
very
fans in the
real? That was
house.
suspicious.
Fans of roguelites, fans of dungeon crawlers, and fans
Oh, she's talking
of
about the
adorable
the
magical
curtain
creatures.
that kept falling
If you
over
find yourself amongst them, Grimoire Groves
It's still the
is
running joke
definitely worth checking out.
of their set being shit.
Now, if you live for RPG elements, exploration, and so much more, you'll be stoked for this next
I wish
set
she'd
of
stop
games.
walking.
From building your very own ranch in the Wild Wild West to exploring the vast boundaries of space, I reckon there'll be something for everyone.
Oh, god damn it. I haven't been in the mood for a grid-based, turn-based tactics thing for a very long time.
Unseen plane.
Not since like Final Fantasy Tactics on the Game Boy. And maybe a little Disgaea.
Against the invisible foe. Society crumbled into chaos. Death. Despair.
Parasite, Duality Unbound.
In our darkest hours,
Parasite is an interesting name. It's like Parasite, but they change one letter to make it
observe,
unique.
practice, and master the dualities of our existence.
Meh. It's well made visually, though. The way the perspective shifts and the way the animations flip over and all that stuff. They put some effort into it. I'm just not in the mood. It's kind of like card-based stuff. I find that tile-based stuff and card-based stuff, I have to very particularly be in the mood, otherwise it just... I get tired of it very quickly. Like sometimes people are like, oh, you should play Slay the Spire, and I'm like, I would, it's just... I have to be in the mood for cards again, and I'm not sure when that's going to happen.
Everspace 2 Titans introduces Dreadnought and Leviathan in brand new storylines. Today, we dive deep into the belly of the beast in Leviathan.
What was Everspace again?
Looks like we're not alone down here.
Everspace 1 was on Game Pass for ages and I missed it.
Small critters to cultist drones, parasites, strange creatures who've made this place their home. We need to shoot carefully.
It's basically that game Chorus that I played, but more popular, more successful.
Navigating between
but I liked Chorus. Chorus is great.
Of force and finesse.
Or as some people call it, Chorbs, because of that terrible font.
Strands, clear infected areas and avoid dangerous digestive systems.
Gross.
Pilots can extract rare crafting materials to create.
This kind of makes me want to go back and play No Man's Sky again.
Successful journey inside.
I got to play around with that a little bit, but I don't think I played that enough. There's way more to actually check out in that game.
Complete, pilots can continue exploring for lost treasure and rare materials, but come prepared. No two visits will be the same.
Ejection imminent. Imagine ejecting from your craft inside the body of some giant creature.
On Steam, GOG,
and now you're just in a stomach.
PlayStation.
Just hanging out in some meat. Is this the Wild West thing? Oh, this is not what I expected it to be when she mentioned it. I thought it was going to be that weird mech anime one, where it's like Wild West style, but you just happen to have a mech. I forget what it's called, but it has a really cool name. It's one of those long names. It's like a sentence. Wild Indigo Ranch. It's gonna sell well in America. That horse doesn't have legs. What the fuck? I feel like even with this art style, everything's still kind of like realistic enough, and then the horses are maybe a step too far. The bubble horse look kind of just throws me completely. And there's the arachnophobia. They almost had me willing to try this until the spider in the cave.
If you fancy getting some official Gamescom merchandise, you can. Head on over to gamescomwear.com or hit up one of our many merch stands here in person. I'm going to tell you to act quickly though, as they are in limited availability. Now, our next set of games couldn't be more different from each other, but they all promise an unforgettable experience.
This is the hentai section. These are all erotic games for adults only. We're going to show you them uncensored. Get ready.
Just yet. And the last is simply called Squirrel with a Gun.
Oh, Squirrel with a Gun. Here we go.
Take a guess what that might be.
Someone guessed well. I thought we were going to look at the hentai.
Welcome, survivor, to the new challenge.
Surprise, Squirrel with a Gun is actually hentai.
As the leader of a small settlement, you will craft buildings from the remnants of the old world. By strategically planning your roads and a
if this is the franchise, I think it is.
Ensure an efficient infrastructure.
I have the first one of this on Steam that I got on a sale, but I never played it. I love the idea though, like a city builder in the
To fill
apocalypse,
up your storage,
where it's all just
take on
shitty.
the road and explore the Badlands with your Pathfinder. Some ruins, however.
Yeah, End Zone 2. I have End Zone 1 on Steam, I'm pretty sure.
The Badlands are relentless. Manage and endure droughts that challenge your water resources and fertile ground.
It's a lot of unique challenges, the idea of building a community in the apocalypse.
You will be able to discover new zones and establish additional colonies. Seamlessly switch between different settlements and set up vital trade routes.
You know what's funny? I'm not actually a big fan of that kind of stuff
This
in games
is
like this.
Zone 2.
I like
Your
focusing on
journey
one thing.
awaits, survivor.
The idea of making multiple towns across the country and having to focus on different things. Like, I like making one big city and just focusing on that town and where that's going. I don't like having to switch gears to like, okay, now what's this town all about? What buildings does it have? Where's it going? What am I doing next here? I like to stay on the one thing. It's kind of like with RPG adventure games. I prefer it when I only have to focus on my character's... Oh my god, her neck. What is this? Eldritch Empathy. Oh, cool. Monkey Island, but make it Lovecraft. That rocks. I like that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, like when you have a group in an RPG, I don't like having to go throughout the entire group and fucking around with everyone's stats and gear and all that stuff. I like focusing on like my character. Some games like Dragon Age, you spend so long in the menu screens because you have to go from character to character to give everyone attribute points, fuck around with their gear.
Hi everyone, my name is Max Ron.
And I'm the littlest snail.
Today we get a chance to take a look at what makes Squirrel with a Gun
so insanely fun to play.
Yes. There is a lot of stuff in this trailer that I did not expect from Squirrel with a Gun.
I'm unstoppable.
You get a chance to play as the neighborhood's most obnoxious rodent, causing mayhem and committing crimes in pursuit of the golden acorns.
Give me all your acorns right now.
I have a feeling it's going to be one of those like crazy goat simulator kind of games where the gameplay keeps switching up. Because there was some Tron stuff before.
This nutty sandbox shooter and puzzle platformer has captured the hearts of squirrels around the world. It's adorable and cute and fluffy.
Captured the hearts of
but
squirrels.
It's also menacing. And I love him. And I'm scared of him.
Holy shit.
And I am him.
He has meat.
This game has it all. Crazy sandboxing. No!
Squirrel with a grenade.
Why are they so shootable?
Nice.
Talk about
The Beretta.
Oh yeah. And very interesting puzzle platform.
So it's got a little bit of that old school adventure game, Banjo-Kazooie kind of shit going on as well.
Also has some pretty epic boss fights.
He's fighting a tank?
You think you can beat a squirrel with a gun? Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. Coming to PC next week on August 29th.
Why is that
and
lady a
consoles
potato?
Later this fall.
I kind of ignored that throughout the trailer because I was focused on the squirrel, but
to look forward
that was
to.
weird.
You've got the
You hate group
incredible
RPGs as well?
Cosplay Village and Hall 5.1.
I mean,
where the
hate's a
Cosplay
strong
Awards are
word,
taking
but
place on Saturday, the
I don't
24th
prefer
of
it.
August. You've also got the
I'll
social
put up with it
stage
because Dragon
at
Age is a good series,
11.2,
and that does
where you
that,
can meet
but
all of your favorite creators.
it's just a
taking
little tiring
your
sometimes.
autograph. And finally, if you're not going to be here in person, that's okay too.
I want to build up and
because
focus
the
on one
entire
thing.
Live broadcast will be done by IGN on Gamescom's official Twitch
Like,
and YouTube channels.
let the AI take care of the other
I don't wanna
characters.
make you
Like, that's not
jealous
me.
or
That's
anything,
you.
But the atmosphere
You do
in
you.
this hall is buzzing. I know that you're eager.
Entschuldigung, die Zeit ist jetzt wirklich Ich muss saugen. Es ist eilig.
They're doing
to
a bit.
see some
Just ignore them.
incredible indie games. So here are the final
He's just
set
mad
of
that they didn't show
trailers.
any hentai games yet.
I can't fucking work like this, man. What the hell?
She did a swear. You're not allowed to do a swear. On a distant planet. Spiked legend must rise. Spiked? What? Wait, you're a cactus? Holy shit. Cactus versus lizard people. Awesome. Why did a cactus gain sentience, and what is his problem with lizard people? So many questions. I should probably play the game, huh? The trailer did its job. Someone was high when they came up with that one. I say that about the cactus game and not the squirrel with the gun game. Hey, Karen. This was in the opening night, last night's showcase. We're showing it as well. It looks like you can't actually fail at this, though. Because there's a drone coming up behind her that she's tethered to. So I'm guessing that means if you fall, the drone is gonna, like, catch you. Which makes it similar to Jusant in that way. Because in Jusant, it's similar in that the character always auto-pips the walls you climb. So there's no actual way to fall and die in that game. I find that strange when climbing-based games do that, though, because that's kind of the central stakes. That's what makes it stressful and anxiety-inducing. Like, why would you not want to have that?
Are you ready for Cammy?
Like, you want the player to feel like they could fall if they fuck up, because that's what makes the game the game. Otherwise, it's a vertical walking simulator. Island farming? Sky Island farming? Solarpunk, cool. These visuals are really chill. Like, this is cozy gaming right here. There's a certain graphics style that always feels cozy when you see it. You can build a flying machine? Oh, that's cool. I wonder if your friends and you could make like your own places on different islands and visit each other. Games like this are always better in co-op. You like progression and exploration, you don't like the stress and repetition of doing the same area again. Yeah, that's always a bummer. I mean, it's why I don't play video games again when I finish them, because I've seen it, I've done it.
So, did I promise too much?
It's the same when you have to repeat too much of a game because of a failure.
Answer for you and say, no. I'm sure by now.
But it's a
you've
balance.
all gotten some
That's what stakes are.
upcoming indie titles to become obsessed.
Not
with.
wanting to repeat
I'm
a section
very
should
much
be
the
like
same.
the threat,
So why not go
so that
ahead
you
and
play
show
better
them
and
some love
don't fuck
by
up.
wishlisting their games, playing some demos, and
Hey, where did she
recommending them
go?
to your friends. And for your favorite games, why not follow the
All I
devs
can see
on
is
their
floating
social
denim.
media channels? And while you're at it, why not do the same for us? You know, I know you want to. So, I have been your host, Shay Thompson, and this has been Awesome Indies. Have a wonderful night.
Wait, that's... Are you serious? That's the whole thing?
Got a flashlight.
What the fuck?
A ladder or something. I don't know how I'm gonna get off the stage.
Wow, that was... I swear we were like here for 2.5 hours. And then like an extra hour on top of that. Just hanging out and watching other stuff last night. That was way short. I thought this was going to be longer than the opening night one. Because the indie showcase usually has more games to show, because there's so many indie games out there. That was disappointing. God damn it. Why? Boo! More! When I look at indie stuff, I want to see like bucket loads of them. I want indie poured into my ears. Hell is this? Can we see the Doom trailer? I can go back to Doom. Let me what did I just do? Why did I just go to Game Grumps? Let me scroll this back just to see if I missed anything while I was scrambling with Pip on my shoulders when the show started.
of
Because I was half watching it in the background while I was scrambling
fans
around.
are waiting for the greatest and most anticipated event in the world of indie games. The biggest stage of Gamescom.
Oh, there's a
The
robot.
most-watched event of the
There's a
week.
Gamescom
Opening
robot.
Night Live. Now, also the home of awesome indies. We're
Gamescom
more than proud to
invented the
bring
first
hottest
Skynet
upcoming indie
AI.
games from the extraordinary Gamescom
Gamescom
stage
robot's
in
gonna kill us
Hall
all.
8. And now, all of you, please join me in welcoming your host, obviously standing behind the curtains of the unbelievably astounding Gamescom stage, Shay Thompson.
Thank you.
Shay.
Hello and welcome.
Why is your show
to
so short,
Awesome
Shay?
Indies. Now, I am so excited to be standing
That was hard to say. That was like a tongue twister. That was like she sells seashells on the
We'll be
seashore.
bringing you loads of indie game announcements and some indie darlings that you otherwise might have missed. So, before I get out on the stage, here's the first of our trailers.
Okay, I missed most of this one, I think. Why can you spray paint your... Oh my god. What the hell is this? Oh, is this... Wait, is this VR? Judging by the way the hand was floating, I think this is a VR... comfy game. Pets and stuff. So, just looking after pets in VR? Cool, okay. Bandaging up the pig, swatting away flies, or letting him eat them. Gross. I don't like the spray painting. I don't think you should be spray painting your pets. That's teaching people wrong. Some kids are going to play this on the MetaQuest or something and they're going to try and spray paint the cat. See, this I remember noticing, because this is right when I was just about ready to start. Because I played the first of these games on stream, and I had a good time with it. I liked it a lot. The king is dead. Oh, that was me. I was the king. Guess we're switching characters. Yes, Your Grace Snowfall. Just call it Yes, Your Grace 2. It's fine. I feel like the graphics got a bit more slick. There's something a bit sharper about it. Especially the UI elements. They're shinier. There's a lot of different choices and ways this game can go. The previous one anyway. Like many endings. Many different fates of the characters. A lot of characters can die like fairly early. Depending on what you do. This is where I sat down. Wilmot. I should look up if there's other Wilmot games, because I only knew about Wilmot's Warehouse. But if there's another one now, maybe there's a whole series of them I didn't know about. Wilmot's Warehouse is a great OCD game, if you like that kind of stuff. It's a game about, like, arranging merchandise in your warehouse into, like, groupings and stuff. And they leave it up to you to essentially arrange all the crap any way you see fit. But you have to do it in a way that makes sense to you. Because at the start of each day, you're going to be rushing between packing away new merchandise and grabbing out old merchandise and sending it out on orders. So you need to know very quickly where stuff is around the warehouse as it gets bigger and more complex and there's like thousands of stuff in there. So you have to kind of come up with your own system so that you, on a moment's notice, you know exactly where things are going to be. You know, like grouping things by, like this is kitchenware, this is outdoor sports stuff, this is jewelry, this is foodstuffs. And then maybe you have to regroup foodstuffs into different kinds, like dairy, vegetables, fruit. And then all you need to remember is the grander scheme of things. Like if someone needs apples, food section, and then within the food section, fruit section. So you can narrow things down quickly in your brain. It kind of teaches you how to compartmentalize, in a way, the way you think, which helps in real life. Because the human brain can remember and can track a lot if you create patterns and ways of thinking about it. And that game kind of requires it. It almost trains you to do that. I like Wilmot a lot, because it tickles my OCD. You want to see the Dune trailer? Dune. Not the movie, you Facebook. Exclusive gameplay reveal 1 day ago. Yeah, that was from yesterday, I get. Yeah.
There is another path for you. Awaken.
I'm generally kind of fascinated by this game. Oh. Good lord, that was loud. I'm sorry. The Indie Gaming Showcase was so quiet, I had this thing turned up.
Prisoner. Sculpt your appearance, choose your background, and then
sand.
into the planet.
Fucking sand.
You are abandoned and alone.
Also that.
Hunted by
Shai Halud.
Scorched by the unforgiving sun. Ravaged by sunstroke. Stick to the shade. Chase the moving
That's cool that the sun is actually
Survive.
a survival
Welcome
issue.
to Arrakis,
Like, if you're in the sun
most
too much, you get
dangerous
burnt.
planet in the universe.
Walk without
With
rhythm.
hundreds of other players
You won't
in
attract the worm.
vast online world. Befriend or betray those you meet. Form a wary alliance. In this case,
This is never gonna
a
happen.
spit dart rifle and a still suit.
There's no way you're gonna
For
run into
your
another
help
character,
taking down territorial
another player,
deserters.
in the
Working
middle of
with
nowhere,
others will always increase
and
your
that's how it's
chance
gonna go
of
down.
staying
They're gonna
alive.
see you from a distance and shoot you without even saying a word
The
to you.
deserter base.
Human beings,
Climb
man.
to a vantage point and prepare for violence. Your choice of weapons and abilities determines your strategy. Swordmasters lead the charge into battle, literally. Repel ranged attacks with a shield, and then take them out, one by one.
I prefer that sniping thing the other guy
Deploy
was doing.
Hunter
That seems
and
more fun.
kill from the shadows. Take what you can from the fallen. On Arrakis, nothing of value is wasted. Mine, harvest, and gather with your group to build
Mine?
bases and unlock more advanced equipment, like the blood purifier. Refine the blood you collected from your enemies to extract drinkable water. Craft improved equipment using fabricators. Replicate your bases in new locations with the blueprint system. And then
See, this is
sell
the stuff I think
blueprints
is
and
more
architectural
interesting.
wonders to other players.
I want to cooperate with other
Lead your
players
group
to
become a
create
guild. On Arrakis,
little
a
bases and
nameless
citadels
prisoner
like this.
Can rise. Construct
I don't want to run around and
the
just fight
orthodox
people. I don't like it
and
when games
take
just
to the
devolve
air.
into that.
The world is yours to claim.
I was kind of hoping for an animation of him actually climbing into the orthocopter.
The
It
in-game
just kind of cuts
radio
to it.
provides insight into key events happening across Arrakis. Map the desert. Discover landmarks, wrecked ships, and desert testing stations.
Desert
filled
testicles.
with forgotten technology.
There's a shot of a sandworm at the end that is impressive.
Arrakis is a
It's
vast
very big.
planet. You can explore unique locations, uncover valuable resources, and search for secrets amongst the shifting dunes.
Shifty dunes.
And then return to civilization triumphant with what you've found. Harko village throngs with people, spice traders,
I hate the fact that the
guild
Harkonnen,
bankers, smugglers,
this little Harkonnen citadel
house
is called
envoys, and of
Harko
course,
Village.
Other players.
That's a little corny.
Here, you will pledge allegiance to one of the great houses of Dune, the Harkonnen.
Harkonnen.
But remember, to play politics, you need power. And on Arrakis,
If you try to play
spice
politics with
is
Harkonnen, you're probably just going to get stabbed in the back. That's
In
their
the
politics.
Deep desert, beyond the shield wall, hundreds of players scour the landscape, hunting for spice. Every spice blow has the potential to become a heated battle, with multiple guilds vying
So,
for
like,
precious melange.
spice doubloons
Even
erupt
when
out
it
of
looks
nowhere,
like defeat
and it
is
attracts all the
inevitable.
players nearby to go for it.
Those who understand desert power.
Wow.
can
This is what I'm
awaken
talking about. Look at the size of
Arrakis
this
itself.
sandworm mouth that's emerging around the battlefield. That's fucking crazy. I think the scale is impressive. When I saw the sandworm, the Shai Halud at the start of the trailer, I was like, yeah, that's pretty big, but whatever. That one at the end, though, that's the good stuff. That's the juice. That was very cool. Nice. Vermintide 2 has more shit. Oh my god, they keep adding to that game. They never stop. Oh man, I guess I better look at where's IGN? Here we go. I'm gonna have a look at what else might be coming out of Gamescom. Just a lot of trailers that are just appearing on the internet from the Gamescom show floor, but aren't part of any of the showcases. If there's any new ones from that, we could check that out. Like this Stalker Heart of Chernobyl gameplay overview. Oh god. It's just kind of people sitting around for 15 minutes talking about it. Atomfall, okay. That's from Gamescom. That wasn't in any showcases so far. I don't recall Starship Troopers either. I did see Inzoi. Mafia, yes. Dustborn. Did we see Dustborn? Okay, just in case, I'll check it out. You saw things from other Funcom games they brought over? Oh, like, they learned from the previous games and are applying it to the new thing. Xbox Adaptive Joystick. Okay, I'll check that out. Could be good. La la la. Seen it, seen it, seen it. Roadcraft is interesting. That was in last night's showcase. It's literally like a road building simulator. But towns and cities that have been like hit by natural disasters. So you're basically like a recovery effort to rebuild and replan the streets. I thought it was interesting. Hella. I see a mouse. I'm grabbing that one. Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. So generic, I probably watched it and just forgot. I want to see more from Masters of Albion, the new Peter Molyneux thing. I am curious about more of the mechanics in that. La 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 la. La la la. Flotopia. Diabetes. Diabetes. Atomfall game overview. Is that another sitting around talking thing? Yeah, it is. It's 15 minutes. If they're 15 minutes, it's the devs sitting there chatting about their game. Which could get a bit dull. We learned the same amount of stuff from seeing a 2 to 3 minute trailer. Secret level, so good. I'm not seeing anything else. Okay. Is it over? Yeah, it finished. It was only an hour long. It was a very short showcase. I thought it was going to be bigger and longer because indie games. Usually there's way more indie games kicking around than AAA games, so I thought it was just going to be like a lot more stuff to look at. Wasn't quite. Let me see what this adaptive joystick is real quick. I'm curious what they're doing with this.
Video games.
Good job.
I think it's a disability thing.
Leo has issues with his motor ability. He doesn't have access to a lot of things.
There's so many disabled people that deserve a shot to be like everyone else.
I want to be a part of this world.
So this is my Xbox adaptive joystick.
It allows her to yeah, it's a one-handed disability solution.
It just clicked to him. This is a joystick. I manipulate the character, and this is how I'm going to move myself.
You got every battle covered.
Come on, more Montel. Yeah, there we go.
This is my thumbstick. You can get different sizes, and this is what I use to make it easier to maneuver. You can get files from the Xbox Design Lab. Then you can go somewhere else and get it printed.
He's a very interesting looking
Be yourself,
dude.
design it how you want. You're
There's some
playing
like
with
pigment
your
thing going on
Xbox
around his
controller.
mouth.
Right side, right side.
With the Xbox controller assist, when he needs help, when he gets stuck, I can at least hit the gas for him. Then he can control the rest. Having the joystick levels
Cool.
the playing field for him.
Your character, you can fly. You can do.
There's a lot of
everything you
disability
got.
accessories for the
He
Xbox
enjoys
now.
winning,
There's quite a
and
few.
We'll definitely let you know when he does.
And they can all be combined together in different configurations. Good soundtrack. You like the Tainted Grail deck builder, but Tainted Grail is apparently used for a lot of different genres of games. Like ripping it off. The deck company is the one making the games. Oh, Tainted Grail. Oh, we knew there was going to be no Silksong though, right? Because that was something that was announced early. That don't expect to see it. I think we talked about that. This is how we do it. Okay, where's that game that I wasn't sure if I saw or not? Was it Dustborn?
We need to stick.
Whoa, calm down. Wait for me to get in there.
We need to stick together. We need to be a crew.
We're on the run from people with space guns built into their arms.
What? Oh. I thought Dustborn was going to be like a more realistic
isn't about making the big and immediate choices.
road trip game.
It's about the little things that add up over time.
I didn't know it was going to get that
the
sci-fi.
words spoken that affect relationships and moods, the decisions
Jeff only
that
talks
stick
for the
with
opening
you
night
and
thing.
play
Yeah,
out
I know
when you
that.
least expect
We weren't
them
expecting to see Jeff
Actions
Keighley
that
for the
push
indie
your
showcase.
relationships in new directions.
They always
I
have
guess
some
this
quirky
explains why
lady do
you're
it.
Suddenly so eager to chase after the robots.
Oh, keeping secrets again, huh?
Choices and consequences.
It's about making tough choices, about how to deal with the people in your crew.
Do you
how
eat
to
the
manage
taco
them, and
or
pull
do
them
you murder
together
your
to do
best
the
friend?
job,
Those are the
and
only
to
two
make
options.
the compromises necessary to reach the end of the road and your own personal goals.
We'll be taking a different route north, through Liberty, Oregon. Before
Liberty? I would actually like an explanation.
There's another person with a skin pigment
Think of
condition.
the game as a way to write your own
This time the
comic
game
book as you
character.
play. Each chapter or issue starting with a new cover.
Wow,
displaying
2
what
trailers
you're
in a
about to
row where
experience,
we saw that
and each
same
of them
condition.
ending with a comic splash screen. These pages present key choices made in the previous
So
issue
Song could have
that
been doing
have an
indie.
impact later
There's
on.
no way, I don't think
Whether
so.
a dialogue line or
I feel
event
like it's
plays
such a
out
big
because
deal
of a
right
choice
now
made by
that
the player,
when
an
we
icon
finally
will
do see it,
appear
it's
in
going
the
to
top
be
right corner of the screen,
headlining some show.
allowing you to really get a sense of what could have
They'll
gone
show it as the
differently.
trailer at the end of the show to surprise everyone or something. At the end of a Summer Game Fest or whatever.
In the comic splash, you'll have
As the
access
big
to
finale.
more data, such as global stats
Because
about
people will
how
lose
many
their
other
shit.
players received this particular consequence, allowing you to gauge how popular this choice was. Some choices lead to crew mood change, which can have an impact on your relationship with them, but also on their personal endings.
Are you just
What's wrong with her eye?
We didn't finish our chat.
No, we were finished.
She's got that penguin
I'm
eye.
worried about you, and I had more to say.
I'm sure, but I was done.
Every key crew member in the story receives one of 3 endings, or codas, based on choices made and actions taken by the player and PAX. Each
So there's
coda
no
is
game
illustrated by a
ending.
comic book style
It's
splash
character
screen,
arc endings that
along
you're
with unique
changing.
dialogues and events reflecting each character's current status. The player
cool.
can at any time access the character codex to see which coda is the current favorite.
The crew respects you. When you're unhappy, they feel it.
This dude reminds me of
Keep that in
the
mind.
werewolf main character from Wolf Among Us.
Whenever a dialogue choice or action affects a coda, the screen will display a coda emoji, along with an animation that tells the player how important this choice was. It'll be up to you to decide how the road trip goes and how your relationship.
See, the gameplay is very road trippy.
Will no one break
very
away
like
from their on-again, off-again relationship
very
with
social.
Pax, or embrace
But
it?
then when you see the trailers and
Will Theo
stuff, there's
loosen
all
up
this
with the
action
crew,
and sci-fi
or
shit
favor his
happening.
boss status? Will Ziggy resolve her sister issues with Pax? Discover how it all unfolds in Dustborn. Available now.
What's the name of your band?
Oh, it's actually out now.
We're the Dustborn.
I didn't realize it was actually out. Interessant. Keep making games like this. Keep the fuck out of remakes and established IPs. Who's he talking to? Just gaming in general? This will not recover the cost of electricity the game studio used. Wow, that's harsh. To say that this game wouldn't make enough money to even pay back the electricity that the studio spent while developing the game is really mean. Like, why? Well, super negative. How about some Starship Troopers? Oh, it was yesterday. So basically day one of Gamescom.
Your first
they launched their game.
Reinforcements inbound. Hang tight, demons.
Is this the multiplayer one?
From the moment those doors open up,
Where you're on the battlefield with multiple humans fighting bugs?
everything changes.
Let's go, troopers! Move up!
And let me tell you, when it hits the fan...
You mean shit?
It ain't the Federation you're thinking of.
Starship Troopers doesn't want to say the word
Those
shit.
who stand together.
Extraction inbound.
Pretty R-rated movie.
Those who fall.
Can't even swear.
And those who stay behind. So we can fight another day.
Get to the dropship, troopers!
This
Is that thing.
is why we fight.
We know how to take out that flamethrower bug, though.
You know what to do.
You blow a hole in its carapace on top and you put a grenade inside. Rico showed us how it's done.
Third wave ready, command.
I mean, it's what I expected. That's a cool poster, though. The thing with games like that, that looks cool. And I'm, I guess, excited for it. I think the problem is that once you've seen a trailer for a game like that, you've seen all the trailers for a game like that. It's just dudes running around shooting bugs. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. Stomps on bugs. Would you like to know more? What was Hella again? Oh, the little baby mouse one. Yeah. This is the one I actually want to see. Looks cute. I don't think we're going to get to see gameplay, though. It looks just like a CG trailer. There's the boy. Squeaketh. This is awesome, but it's making me wonder even more what the actual game is going to be. There's no way the cat... Cats don't sleep that soundly, come on now. They wake up to everything. I don't like his anthropomorphized way of standing on his hind legs. It's a little creepy. And there's magical elements too. That I didn't see coming. Maybe it's like an escape room game where you as a mouse have to figure out how to escape from certain environments with your ingenuity and also magic backpack with grappling hooks. What the fuck? What? Gameplay. Okay, physics-based grappling hook and gliding. Foraging for mushrooms? And swinging off your friend. This might be a co-op based exploration game. I see mice helping each other swing off things. That was cool. Why wasn't that at any of the showcases? Not opening night, not even indie. You liked how Stray had really realistic movement? I can play Stray now. It's finally come to Xbox. I didn't have to wait to get my PS5. Same with Sifu. I can finally get to both those games eventually. Nah. Oh, one more.
Product.
Product. Yeah, it's a product, all right. It's here to take your money.
Product not yet rated.
Adamfall. And Rebellion. This is the UK Fallout game. Not Fallout London, I mean completely new.
Into the envy of its northern neighbors.
See if I can do it in 1 or 2. I probably will, eventually.
Everything changed when that bloody atom.
We saw this at Summer Game Fest. It basically is if Fallout took place in the UK. But made by a different company.
Temporary quarantine, they said? It's been bloody years.
They're hiding something from us.
The graphics look great. I love the way they realize the environment.
My name's Molly. You got out to trade? I got bits and bobs for sale.
Bits and bobs? I got a can of beans. I'll give it to you if you give me that shotgun.
Please be careful.
I'll give you that shotgun to the face and I'll take your beans, you bitch. Oh god. Yeah, fuck yeah. I bet you wish you gave me your beans now. Oh god, maybe I don't want to play this. I feel like if I played this, I'd have to do the fucking accent the entire time. Hey, phone booth. Just in case you didn't realize it was in England. A lot of nuclear power plants in the background of that shot. Hint, hint. What did that say? You wouldn't play with a bull gorilla, would you? I don't know. What is a bull gorilla? Oh, this is the actual physical stuff you get with the collector's edition. The lunchbox. That's a direct lift from Fallout's collector's edition. I have a Fallout lunchbox back there on the shelf. You rewatched the Borderlands 4 trailer? The hand that reaches for the mask is robotic. Has long fingernails. I did see that. Were you just looking for, like, any kind of Easter eggs or hints as to some story elements? Playing Stray with Pip around would be fitting. It's probably unlikely, unfortunately. Pip will be leaving... Pip and Remy will be leaving on Sunday when I leave for Melbourne for work. So when I get back next week on Wednesday night, they're not going to be here anymore. They'll be back at their mum's house. And it's very unlikely I'll have to babysit them again like that, because the only reason I've been doing it is because both her and her boyfriend are out of the country at the same time. He had work that was going to be keeping him away for a few months, and he'll be back as well. So if she does go away somewhere again, it's likely he'll take care of the cats instead. So the only way I'd see them back here, unfortunately, is if there was some random chance situation where they were both out of the country again at the same exact time. Sad. They've gotten really used to this place and me. Hence Pip now taking rides on my shoulders. Fire Phoenix is a little sign. I think she may have teleported that planet. Oh, she's gone full god mode. Yeah, I was a bit late starting the stream because I was wrestling with some stuff, Genie. And while I was trying to sort some stuff out, Pip decided to climb my body. And ride on top of me. So when I actually did finally start the stream, I had a cat, like, on me, on my head. And I had to, like, wear him on my body like a scarf for a bit until he decided to leave. It was a bit awkward. I didn't know he did that. I didn't know Pip was prone to climbing people's bodies and riding on their shoulders. He's never done that to me before until just now. He must do it to his mum all the time. Borderlands 1, the Lady General dies. Is she back? I played the entirety of Borderlands 1 and don't remember a single thing. There was nothing about that game's story that stuck with me. It all seemed a bit like an excuse to make me run around and do stuff and get guns. And then it ended. Brain empty. It's basically British Atomic Heart, sign me up. Yes, that's all you can really say about that game. But it looks good. It looks neat. A lot of games that are either aping Bioshock or aping stuff like Fallout are now happening. Like Outer Worlds was one, aping Fallout, and now we've got Atomic. Things like Atomic Heart. It's a fun genre. People should ape it more. I think that's it. I don't think there's any standalone trailers that I've missed so far. That I know of. Forza 5 Hide and Seek. Reveal trailer, Gamescom. What do they mean by... Okay, I'm curious. I don't play Forza, but I'm curious what they mean by this. I think it's a new game mode. Maybe you have to hide in the open world. And other drivers have to find your car or something. It literally is. Secret detection. Hider progress. So do they have to, like, ram your car? If they touch you, are you it? Is it actually just a game of it? A game of tag, I mean, sorry. I don't know why I called it it. You've been pinged. This is such a cute game mode for such a serious game. I guess the hiding person has to actually make it to a certain... I think he has to make it to a certain destination without getting caught. So, like, hiding your car in, like, alleyways and stuff until the enemy drivers head off in the wrong direction is, like, the strat. Mislead them. That was cool. I still don't want to play Forza. I feel like that's a lot of game of a genre that doesn't excite me too much. Splitgate 2. That wasn't in any of the... Oh, there's more stuff appearing here now. Also this. Okay. Cool. We found 2. I don't know what Splitgate is. Oh, fuck. There. Oh, this is that arena shooter where you can make portals. It's first-person shooter if Portal. This has been out for a while. What trailer is this? Official closed alpha launch. I could have sworn people were playing this for ages already. Unless I was thinking of Splitgate 1. This is the sequel after all. Sick soundtrack. I mean, it looks like an arena shooter. What can I say?
Sign up for the alpha now.
It's every single one of these games. They just put some portals in it. It's the only shooter you've played? Oh, really? It looks like if you've played that, it's like you've basically played every single shooter that exists. Like, they're all the same, with the exception of, like, ones like this that have, like, a gimmick to make them stand out. You don't remember the Siren antagonist from BL1? I do not. I don't remember anything from that game. And I played all the DLC, even. Like, I finished the entire game, did all the side quests, and played all the DLC. And I don't remember jack shit. I don't think the story really resonated with me. I think it was... The game just felt a bit too much like... Here's story as an excuse just to get you to run around the open world and just do stuff. And get, loot crates of guns. Slot machine gun crates. Viva is Revolution. Oh, Viva la Revolution. And unfortunately, like I said before, we played like the start of Borderlands 2. Enough to complete the first couple of main quest lines. But once we were like out in the world proper, everyone kind of trailed off. You have terrible aim, but portals make it more of a strategy and spatial awareness game. Ah. Yeah, there are some shooters that have very clever gimmicks that make it more of a tactical thing. Have you ever heard of the arena shooter where... Oh God, what was it called? You might actually find it interesting. The time loop arena shooter. So let's... Okay. You have you have 2 teams of 5 shooters, right? In this arena. But there's only 1 player on each side. It's not 5 humans on one side, 5 humans on another. It's only 1 human on each side, and you play all 5 of the people on your team. The way the game works is that when the game kicks off, you and your opponent, just the 2 of you, run out to the arena, and you attempt to get a kill, score a goal with the, you know, capture the flag, whatever the fucking thing is. When one of you dies and gets shot, like let's say you go for the capture the flag and the enemy snipes you in the head, the game then rewinds back to the start of the match, and you and your opponent now play the second people in each of your teams. And as you run out, the first person that you played on the previous loop, they still run out, and it repeats what you did. So every time it resets, you always see the previous yous running out and actually doing the stuff that you did. They're recorded. And then you play the next person. So it's actually got an incredible layer of tactics involved, because you have to keep in mind what your other yous are doing on every round. So on one round, if you're about to get shot, you could throw the flag like through the air towards a certain direction, knowing that when you play as the other character, if you get there early, you'll be able to catch that out of the air, knowing that you're going to throw the flag to yourself. Or you could pre-plan to set an explosive off on one round, knowing that that explosive is always going to go off at that time in that particular spot on the map, and work around it. Maybe you can catch the enemy out on a future round who doesn't know that you blew that canister up. That's what I'm trying to figure out, what the name was. Hang on. Time loop arena shooter. There's only 1 game of its kind, so Lemnis Gate. Let's actually check it out right now. Because I remember seeing some gameplay demonstrations of it, and there was some clever shit they did. Is it Lemnis Gate? Turn-based combat strategy. I don't know if this is it. Doesn't look like it. Let's just check. It doesn't visually look like what I remember. Claptrap's Revolution is your favorite one?
Greetings, Operative.
Oh.
Welcome to Lemnis Gate.
I'm assuming you meant
a
Claptrap.
Revolutionary turn-based strategy first-person shooter set inside a time loop. In Lemnis Gate, you will compete in 1v1 and 2v2 online matches to save humankind from extinction. When starting a match of Lemnis Gate, there will be no one in sight. It's up to the players to populate the battlefield with their operatives, 1 round at a time.
It looks very different than I remember.
There are 7 operatives to choose from.
I remember it had like an
each
esports
equipped
arena
with a
kind of
unique
graphic
weapon
style.
and special ability.
Maybe there's more than one game like this.
Choose wisely, as each operative is only allowed to be played once per match, and their deployment order is a crucial element to any successful strategy.
The time
After
loop.
selecting an operative, you will have 25 seconds to move around the world, capture objectives, or set traps for
Oh,
future
there's a 25-second limit? Didn't know that.
Everything you did within those 25 seconds will repeat over and over.
Robolution.
until the end of the
Yeah,
match.
Revolution and Robot. Yeah, I got that.
You and your opponent will take turns layering your operatives into the time loop. As more operatives are added into the match, the complexity of the events unfolding in the game increases, raising the stakes.
There's something I can't remember about this game. let's say, for example, on one round, let's say on the first round, you go to do something and your enemy snipes you in the head. I can't remember what happens, but I know that on a future round, if on your next character you manage to kill the person that killed your first character before they kill them, so they never died, that does something, but I can't remember what it is. Actually, wait, this section's about causality. This actually might explain it.
When entering the loop, operatives can disrupt the timeline and change things that have happened in the past.
Yeah, there we go.
For example, if one of your operatives is killed in combat, on your next turn, you can eliminate the enemy operative before it happens. This will change the timeline and bring your operative back to life. Everything your operative does will now be restored. In Lemniscate, past, present, and future interact with each other, creating unique four-dimensional gameplay, which you must learn to
Four-dimensional
master.
gameplay, they said.
Death is not final in Lemniscate. If you are killed during your live round, you'll enter Ghost Mode and still play your 25-second turn until its end.
Oh.
As a ghost, you can move around the map, fire your weapon, and use abilities. However,
Okay, wait, that explains it. So when you die, you can actually complete your turn and still do the stuff that you were going to do, but in a ghost form, so that if on another round, if your next character, if you save your previous one, then whatever you did during the ghost sequence is now going to be what they did, since they never died. So you're like basically pre-creating what they will do on the timeline if the timeline changes so that they don't die. I didn't actually know about that element. I knew that something happened, but I don't remember that at all.
Don't deal damage to objectives or enemy operatives. If you save that operative from their death on a future round, all the actions they performed as a ghost will become real and affect the match's outcome.
So good.
The goal of a match will differ depending on the game mode you are playing.
See, this is what I'm talking
There
about.
Are 4
If you're not
modes in Lemniscate.
If you're not good at
all
shooters
with
and you're not an
objectives.
aim person,
Lemniscate matches are
this is the
split
kind of thing
into
that
two
would
halves,
benefit
where
from
each
being
player
like
gets 5 turns of
a
25
tactically minded
seconds
strategic
each.
person
By
over
the final round,
over
there will
aim.
be 5 of your operatives and 5 of your opponents sharing the battlefield at the same time. The
Gotta be a
winner
smart
of the
boy.
match is only decided at the end of the last round, when the timeline can no longer be disrupted. After completing the first and second halves of the match, players are rewarded points for completing objectives, eliminating enemies, and dealing damage. The final score is calculated by combining the 2 scores from each half. Whichever player
can't find
has
it on Steam.
accumulated more
Oh, that's
points by the
surprising.
end of the match is the winner. Information is crucial during a match. In between turns, you'll have access to a reconnaissance drone.
Oh, that's cool.
It allows you to see the current
So
state
there's a
of the
moment
loop
between
and all the
gameplay
moves made up
turns
to that
where
point.
you can review the battlefield
In
and make
combination with
decisions
the
based on
drone,
what you're going to do with the
you
next
can place a
time
strategy
loop.
marker on the terrain or an operative to keep track of crucial elements in a match. This marker can also be utilized to communicate a plan to teammates in 2v2 matches.
This would be very complicated to play with other people on your team. If you're doing a 2v2 and you have 2 people recording moves
Strategy
per round,
is as
like
important as skill
you'd have to be
in
really in
Lemniscate.
sync with your partner.
In order to win, you must outsmart your opponent.
that battlefield's
going
gonna
to
get complicated.
The past, present, and future, while combining the strengths of your operatives in play. In time loop battles, tactical planning is vital. Use your
Imagine, okay, how's this for some smart ass shit? Imagine a round where you run into a narrow corridor on purpose, to the end of a narrow corridor, and purposely fire a rocket launcher or a rocket propelled grenade from a grenade launcher down the corridor for no reason, just to essentially create a kill box trap. Then on a future round, if you find yourself nearby and being chased and shot at by an enemy, you can purposely set them up to be killed by a previous you that you've already got in a situation firing in a direction that you know you're gonna trick an enemy into standing in that spot. So you could get a predestination kill, essentially, which is fucking cool. Oh my god, that should be an achievement. Unlockable achievement trophy for that one. I love it. Where was it us that were streamer? Was it me and you that were talking about our fascination with time travel movies? Because I feel like this is that stuff that we were talking about in video game form. Like if you get really clever and crafty with this game's systems, like you can do some mind-bending shit. The kind of stuff that you think about when you're talking about predestination movies.
To anticipate your opponent, create choke points,
I wonder why it's not on
and
Steam.
lay down traps to reduce their countering options in the future. You might even be able to eliminate threats
Looper,
from a
yeah.
past or future round.
They could make a video game out of Looper.
You are now
And get really
ready to
clever with
engage
it.
in Lemnis
Make it a
Gate's
bit of a mindfuck.
four-dimensional combat and experience temporal battles like never before. We wish you luck in your mission to save humankind. And don't forget.
Sorry, I keep pausing this. Imagine a cinematic single-player, story-driven Looper-style game where the final boss fight is like super impossible, and you keep having to time loop back and trying again and again, and it's like the enemy's just undefeatable, and the solution is the realization that the enemy, the boss that you're fighting, was you all along from a future time stream. You're the one who turns into the villain, and that the actual solution to the boss fight is to put the gun to your own head and pull the trigger. So you don't actually beat the boss like a normal video game. You just have to come to the realization that you have to commit suicide to actually win. I think that would be a really cool ending to a video game. It'd be that kind of plot twist, gameplay plot twist would be akin to the ending of Portal 2, where you have to make the realization about the conductive moon dust surfaces of the portals, and then it clicks in the player's brain what the game wants you to do, and then when you do it, it's kind of mind blowing because you're like, holy shit, that was a solution. That was crazy. If you can. Video games that can construct that moment, that can design that moment, that makes the player have a light bulb moment where you blow your own mind with what you just realized you're supposed to do. It's very rare. Portal 2 does it very well in its finale, but you don't see it too often. It's a very difficult thing to accomplish. Valve is smart enough to be able to do it, but there's very few other devs that I can think of that have done it.
Disrupt the past, change the future.
It's like the idea of building a plot twist. In a movie, a plot twist is easier, but in a video game, you have to build the plot twist into the gameplay. The gameplay mechanic, the way you're supposed to use a gameplay mechanic is itself the plot twist. Where it clicks in the player's brain of like, oh, wait, I've been able to do this the entire time. I understand this mechanic through and through. And it just occurred to me that if that's how the mechanic works, then surely I can do this. And then it all comes together and you do something like fucking crazy that you should have realized all along, but it kind of sneaks up on you. Like, that's a very difficult thing to set the player up for. But when it works, that person's going to remember that game for the rest of their life. Hey, that's Nikkei Evangelion. Lemnis Gate. I wonder why this is not on Steam. Hang on. There's a link to the Steam community. Not the store, though. ¿Qué pasa? Store page. Oh, no, there it is. I found it. Wait, no longer available on the Steam store. Holy shit, you're right. Why? I'm devastated this game was taken down. It was one of the most unique shooters I've ever played. Time travel aspect was incredible. Requires a type of strategy I've never experienced before in a video game. Like turning chess into a shooter. See, the reviews are amazing. Like, people love this game. Everyone's mind blown by the concept, but why was it taken down? Please be advised, online multiplayer will be discontinued from 11th of July. As such, Lemnis Gate will be unavailable for purchase from 11th of April. So I guess it was all run off their servers, and there was no way to play the game not on their own servers, so they just basically killed it. Oh. Couldn't you have made it so that players could host games on their own PCs? Or something? Does everything everywhere all at once qualify? No. That's multiverse shit, not time travel shit. That's a whole different thing. Lemnis Gate was the first-person arena shooter developed by Rat Loop Games. I love the fact that they've got Loop in their name. Released on September 28th, 2021. Multiplayer service was shut down July 11. Auto Age was another game taken down. Nice little story car game. Wait, why was that taken down? That sounds like a single-player thing. Auto Age Standoff. Is it Standoff? Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah, it's gone. Oh, this looks like Twisted Metal. Or Vigilante 8, but with cel-shaded graphics. In the bright but distant future, the recovery of New America rests in the hands of wheeled warriors. Will you side with the sinister Dark Jaw? I almost said Jew. Whoops. I shouldn't have said anything. Intrepid Val Vega. Customize your killer ride and go up head-to-head in 80s style car combat. Why is it always 80s style? Vigilante 8 was kind of 80s style as well. So this was multiplayer. But with story elements. Has a great trailer. Where's the audio?
Champion Val Vega.
Oh, this is going to be very 80s, isn't it?
To prevent the brutal Darkjaw from keeping the
Oh, it's like an 80s cartoon.
With the help of the mysterious artificial intelligence known as Sage, Val duels Darkjaw in an epic war of cars that will determine...
Yeah, they were definitely inspired by Vigilante 8 and Twisted Metal. More Vigilante 8, though. I am quite... That's a lesser-known franchise, but I'm quite familiar of it because of Dreamcast. I had it on the Sega Dreamcast. Look at this tower car. That didn't look fun to drive. It was slow as hell. They've got their own theme song. So this is another situation where they couldn't afford to like run the multiplayer servers anymore, so they just killed the entire game. I feel like devs have to be careful of that shit. I swear, like, design your game so that if you can't afford to hold the game up yourself anymore, that other people can on their end. Like, your game shouldn't be able to be killed. Like, it should be able to stand the test of time. I know that's wishful thinking in some cases, but it makes me sad. Whoa, what the fuck? Lemnis Gate. Announcement trailer. Babada Boopy. There was a trailer that explained the whole concept, like way back in the day, probably pre-launch, where the whole match was played in this like really stark esports kind of arena. It was a very clear... Maybe there's more than one game like this. Hang on, let me try something. Game like Lemnis Gate. Quantum League. I think that's what okay. I think when I originally was trying to find this game, I think the game I was thinking about was Quantum League. And then I forgot Lemnis Gate existed. But Lemnis Gate is the more recognizable name. So I knew about it, but I didn't realize it was the same as Quantum League. That's interesting. Yeah. Okay. So the whole esports arena thing, I think I was picturing Quantum League in my brain. Quantum League! Trailer. Announcement trailer for Nintendo Switch? I mean, I guess if Lemnis Gate's dead, then there's always this. Yeah, this is the arena I remember. So, I mean, yeah, same concept though. So there's 2 games that tried to do this. And seem to both do it pretty well. Boom. Rewind. Clone. So maybe this one's still playable. I love how we're tracking this one bullet across every game loop. It's gonna hit someone at the end, isn't it? Oh no, sniper. Cool. Oh, you remember it? Yeah, see, it's a very memorable art style, which is why it stuck with me. So even though Lemnis Gate was, I think, the better known one, and the more successful one until the server was killed, this is the one that I was in my brain when I was trying to picture the concept. Let's put Quantum League in the search bar. Must have lost support of the publisher. Yeah, probs. Release server host VM like Satisfactory. Oh, I play Satisfactory with my American friend. We'll probably go back and play more of that too. We haven't played it on stream. It's something I played with him offline. But next time we play it, I might do it on stream as well, because it's pretty fun. Full release trailer. How's this one different? Okay, this is going to go into gameplay soon. It's not the same trailer. Has it had 1.0 yet? It must have, because this is like a couple of years old now. I'll double check. Team up with your past and future self. So, okay. I think the way this one handles saving your own life is different. In the other game, when you die, you're allowed to keep playing in ghost mode to set up what your character will do if he gets saved, if they don't die. In this game, they don't have that, but if you save a past you from getting killed, I think you recover that life as another potential loop. So I think you actually get to run another person out as almost like the number of people you have is a life system. That's how many times you can loop. And I think if you recover previous people's souls, essentially, from getting killed, they can go out again. I think, which is less clever than the other game, but strategically that does make sense. Satisfactory. Oh no, it did get a 1.0 release. That was actually that was actually recent. I remember taking note of that because I want to go back and play it more with my friend. As a quantum key distribution network engineer, I should get a copy of Quantum League. You are pretty much compelled to play every game with the word quantum in it. Like Quantum Break by the Max Payne developer, that's a good one. Quantum Conundrum, it's a Portal-style game where you change the physics properties of objects to solve puzzles. I enjoyed Quantum Conundrum. Check that one out if you like brainy games. This one definitely has a more sports-based style. Like it's people watching like actual sports in an arena. With the exception of that one map that's in a museum for some reason. So there's no character classes like the other game either, but you just pick your weapon. You pick your one primary weapon as you go out, almost similar to picking a class. There was a video that intrigued me. Hang on. Oh, IGN have a video, one full match of Quantum League.
What you're watching here is a full match of upcoming time travel shooter Quantum League. It's an FPS that takes place over 3 rounds where you control 3 versions of the same character over 3 time loops. The idea is to score points.
Oh, 1.0 September 10th. Oh, that's why I thought it was out. The 1.0 trailer, we saw that on stream recently. Either Summer Game Fest or just a regular Sunday stream. I remember watching the toilet flush update video. It was quite funny. I assumed the date was closer to when I saw that trailer, though. I didn't realize it was still waiting for it. That's fair.
By having one of your characters on the center point uncontested at the end of the 3rd loop. It sounds complicated, but hopefully becomes much more apparent when watching. This match may not start in the most ideal way for me, but I promise you it gets a whole lot better. Enjoy!
Time for Time Watch!
So the goal is whichever team is holding the central point by the final loop is the winner.
They brought it back!
I like how time slows down before it rewinds. Time turns to molasses.
Nice headshot! Headshot!
Damn. My guy's losing. This would actually be a pretty cool sport in real life. If it wasn't the fact that people are dying, if they could solve that issue, I would go to a live match of this. It'd be sick. Yeah, he's not doing too well because the enemy is like 2 people hanging out in the center. See, here's the problem, right? Towards the end of the match, you could try to time it so that you fire a grenade into the center and kill those 2 enemies that are taking the center point by blowing them both up together. Which means that on the next loop, you'd have to take one of your extra guys and take position in the center after those 2 guys get blown up. You'd have to wait for your previous grenade launcher dude to blow them up, and then you run into the center. Like, you can't do it early, otherwise you'll blow yourself up. But also you have to leave yourself enough time. You can't blow them up too close to the end of the loop, otherwise the other guy doesn't have enough time to get into the middle. There's a lot you'd have to keep in mind.
Nice headshot!
It's so weird, like, watching someone kill people that don't even know they're there because they're from a previous loop, so they don't even know they're being shot. Just free kills all around. I mean, I guess that's another reason why you don't need good aim for this game, because a lot of the people you're shooting are pre-records from other rounds. So they're not going to react to you shooting them.
Amazing on kill.
So you can get pretty close and just basically shotgun them in the side of the head. That music, I think, would get a little bit repetitive. Cool. Auto Age. I didn't even know that game existed. It's sad when I find out games existed after they're dead. So it's like, wow, I didn't even get a chance to even know that game. I found out about it after it was already gone from existence. Very sad. What else did I have open? ITER. I-T-E-R. Expendable operative of the ITER Corporation, board your pod to the surface to mine for resources and harness the planet's energy for survival. What do you mean by this? Huh?
Congratulations, Operator 2.
How do you play this?
4. You have been randomly volunteered for the ITA Corporation's restoration project. Today, you join a long line of dedicated employees tasked with the important duty of supporting and protecting our homeworld. Soon, you'll be assigned your new home, where you'll be spending the next few months, days, or mere minutes. So don't get too comfortable. You have been outfitted with a state-of-the-art drill pod, allowing you to extract resources from the pillars that are essential to your survival. Be wary of shifting dimensions during your ascent.
This is
Venturing
trippy.
outside of the pillar is imperative to activating the energy beacons and gathering the most valuable materials.
So he's a little miner droid.
In encouraging hard work.
It's a very Apple Mac kind of graphic style for a game that's about mining. Dome Keeper clone? Oh, I know Dome Keeper. I've got that wish listed.
Proved to be true, we have implemented the option to construct automated defense systems. If you happen to find yourself in a
Yeah, there's a lot of different gameplay styles going on here, but with a very strange art style.
2364. Thank you for your continued dedication.
It's very Apple
to the
Mac,
ITA
very clean,
Corporation, and
very
remember,
monochrome.
in space, no one can hear you scream, and to do so would be a waste of valuable company time.
Have you noticed that a lot of games like this, they all are doing the same meta joke? From Deep Rock Galactic. The whole, like, anti-capitalist corporation owns your life and they don't care about your survival or health. They just want you to, you know, make profit for a company. Like, that kind of black humor, that anti-corporation, anti-capitalist black humor, is in, like, every single one of these games. I mean, Deep Rock does it well, because it really makes them... It really makes you feel like they don't give a shit about you in that game. Which sounds horrible, but in a funny way. Yahtzee tries Vladik Brutal and Feed the Deep. Hey, Yahtzee's live streaming. I've never caught one of his live streams live, but I'm not going to do it now, because I'm not going to live stream a live stream. That's just awkward. Okay. Overwatch 2. Official Juno cinematic trailer. Oh, they're launching another character. Take a look at the cinematic trailer for Juno. Play Juno in Season 12, New Frontiers. Okay, I don't care about Overwatch, but their cinematic character reveal trailers are usually very good. I might actually watch this. I don't think this is related to Gamescom. I think it's just happened to come out at the exact same time. ITER is a crappy name. Name of a billion research fusion reactor decades in the making. Oh, is it? They should have unique names. Yeah, I mean, because when you try to search for it on Google, you find stuff you don't actually want. I know what you mean. This is going to be very high production value. These always are. She's also going to be a cutie patootie, isn't she?
Flight, we're wondering why you haven't fired primary boosters yet. All systems
Get to the
appear
patootie.
optimal.
I just need a minute.
Isn't that
It's
the...
so hard to say goodbye
Isn't that the winter girl?
to the only home
In the
I've
photo?
ever known.
The girl in the Eskimo parka with the big freeze
The
gun?
colony isn't safe anymore, and our window of opportunity is closing. So let's get you on your way to your new home.
Next stop, Earth.
This is a very different art style than I remember from their other cinematic trailers.
Initiating boosters in 3, 2, 1. Control?
Our sensors indicate an external issue.
External?
There's a xenomorph on the
Follow
wing.
protocols and you'll be fine. But you have to hurry.
I like the colors. The purple and orange does it for me. That's my two favorite colors. Orange first, then purple, and then pink. That's my top 3.
I'm going to find a way to
And she's
save
got all
you.
3 of those colors on her body.
All of you.
Purple and pink in her hair, orange on the outfit.
see the problem.
Copy
It's
that.
gum. There's a big red stick of gum. Oh, you idiot.
Don't panic. You're okay.
I am definitely not okay.
Did you really fuck this up?
Why did I think I could do this?
Juno. I believe in you.
Oh my god, I believe in you doesn't help.
Your whole life. You have all the tools you need.
I don't know who's talking on that intercom, but they're really annoying and not helpful at all.
All right. I have all the tools I need.
Just tell her what to do, Jesus. I have no idea what she just did. She just like re-kicked her boot.
Control. Problem solved.
So she's a character that deals with crippling anxiety.
Hear that? We're all so proud of you.
And inferiority complex.
Happy life on Earth, sweetheart. Always remember, I love you.
I love you too, Mom.
This doesn't feel like Overwatch.
Okay, Earth. Here I come.
$55 million kilometers later.
Halt your approach and identify yourself.
It is too late to halt. I'm coming in very hot. Who is this?
She doesn't speak with the confidence of someone who should be
And we'll have someone meet you.
in orbit,
For my records,
flying like complicated spacecraft.
From Mars. And my name is Juno.
So she's a Martian, basically. There's a human base or a colony on Mars, and she's just like arrived on Earth in time to join the scuffle. Well, she's cute, I guess. I always find that weird in fiction, though, when they have like goofy, cute, unconfident, not that smart-seeming characters in situations where a person with that personality or demeanor would not be. Can you imagine someone like that? Like someone who acts like a nervous Asian schoolgirl from some anime, being like on the team at NASA, and being the person that's the best suited for the job of actually going up in the rocket. The one of two people out of millions that can handle that is that chick. Like, I don't think so. It's like saying calm down to a person they just offended, not helping. Yeah, that was annoying. I don't think that was a very great short for... That was, I mean, technically speaking, it was top tier quality-wise, but, you know, art style and all that, but the Overwatch character cinematics in the past have been very good short films. Like, some of them are incredible. Like, the little short stories they tell are like, you don't have to know anything about Overwatch. You can never play the game. But just as a small little self-contained short film, some of them are very good. The one for the robot guy that doesn't speak, it's just like a generic, like old combat bot. It has an amazing short film. Like it's almost like a silent film of the robot like abandoned on a battlefield. And like 1,000 years later, it's overgrown and trees and animals are back. And then it reactivates and it's learning like from the animals. Like how the world works again, and then it starts to have PTSD flashbacks to when it was a combat droid in the war. Like that was a great short film. That one just seemed like not much. That just seemed like... That one basically boiled down to just, here's a girl from Mars that came to Earth in time to join the roster. Like the thing that was happening with her ship breaking down was all kind of meaningless. Didn't really mean anything. They inherited money for a ship. Yeah, it's probably... I don't know how things work on Mars, but apparently anyone can fly a complicated spacecraft. Whatever. Bastion animation is very emotional. Yeah, that was it, Bastion. Okay, so you have seen it. That was, yeah, it came back to me, the name, when you said it. That was exactly it. You see what I mean then? Like, that was a very affecting little short. Like, it doesn't just exist to basically go, oh, here's a character for the roster of a shooting game. Like, it felt like its own thing. Like that short. That's not what I got from this one. This one felt like an advertisement for a new character for shooting game. I don't think they're putting their all into it anymore. And some of them are just action-packed in a way that's fun. Like the Diva one is a fun little short film just for like the quality of the action in it. Same with, there was one for the cowboy guy, and he's like, he's got a rival with the whitehead chick with the lipstick. That was a fun little short. It was got some good humor, some cool action beats. So there's a couple of different varieties of these. Some that work as their own short films, some of them are just fun from an action perspective and well made. They're all different like that. I think that's everything. Except for Spine. Spine got a new gameplay trailer 16 minutes ago. Ooh, that's intriguing. Do you know what Spine is? Because I do. The last time I saw a trailer for Spine, it was incredible. The combat animations in it are next level. You'll see what I mean in a second. It's a bit like a Max Payne style action combat game, but with melee, like kung fu and shit too. But the animations and the ragdolling is incredible. I think there's not much else new. Spine and Wild Bastards have appeared 4 hours ago. I played a game called, what was it called? Space Bastards or something? A while back. It was a first-person shooter roguelike, and this is like the spiritual successor, Wild Bastards. It's more of a sci-fi western. You don't know Spine? This should be impressive, if I remember correctly. The teaser I saw for this was pretty wild.
Tensor, an autocratic AI controlling our city. It took over the government and let the gangs tear the place apart.
Like, the whole point seems to be the creativity of the
They've taken my brother.
The action combat.
It's time to fight.
Redline, I got your back. Always.
Like the way it flows from, look at this shit, and over the ledge too. The way it flows between like melee animations and like gun kata, like John Wick style. Parkour combat.
I never asked for this.
It's a weird trailer. Nice. That's the John Wick shit. The way you like work your gunplay into your melee combos. This is Gun Fu. They're actually putting the Gun Fu in the game description now. Yes, we know it's Gun Fu. I was expecting more from that trailer, though. It was a bit all over the place. I wanted to see more specific examples of the movement combat style. What was the previous Spine? Teaser? 4 months ago. 4 years ago. Oh, that teaser was, what's this, 8 months ago. Official gameplay. Oh, this is only 60 seconds.
As your combat AI,
yes, Equilibrium. There's a bit of Equilibrium in this for sure.
Unexpected consequences.
Check this shit out.
Who the fuck are you?
This is more conceptual, but
elevator this time?
It looks like the graphics took a hit a little bit. The most recent trailer, the graphics aren't quite as slick as this. Just love how the environment and objects are built into the combos and animations you can do. Why didn't nobody make a Equilibrium game? Equilibrium would have made a great game. Oh, this is early access gameplay, early footage and development. Sweet. See, this stuff's not quite as fast, but at least we can see, like, the flow of it.
It's starting to rain. Don't get your guns wet.
Don't get your guns wet.
Come at me, creep. Come on.
Don't damage your spine. That's an order.
Shit, cat. Oh.
Amateurs.
We're pulling the earphones out. I love that ragdoll over the ledge. It's when ragdolls and bodies interact with the environment that I find the most impressive. You slam someone over a table or a ledge. I wish they wouldn't release examples of this in such bite-sized forms. I want to see like a 10-minute video just exploring like the combat and the animations. The John Wick mods for this are going to go crazy. Yeah. Looks like Sifu, but with guns. Yeah, there you go. Anyone remember Wet? I remember Wet. I played Wet. I think Genie played that too. Wet was an interesting game. It was kind of like playing a Robert Rodriguez directed game. I wouldn't call it exactly that fluid. It was more like playing a more janky indie Max Payne with lots of diving through the air in slow motion, firing guns and using a katana. Even though your character looked like a cowgirl. Cowgirl with katana and guns. That was the concept. It also seems like Spine just never comes out. Like, we keep getting more gameplay teasers and gameplay demonstrations of how the combat system's supposed to work. But it's like, where's the game? Are you actually ever going to release a game at this point? It's getting a bit ridiculous. Wild bastards.
This is Wild Bastards.
Yes, it is.
The next roguelike strategy FPS from the team here at Blue Manchu. Each of our 13 outlaws feature unique weapons and abilities that can all be improved through the use of permanent
I think this
mods
company
we
is
call
Australian.
Aces. Aces can be found as you explore planets, so collect them, return to your ship, and level up your outlaws.
That one guy's just Ghost Rider with flaming finger
There are
guns.
3 types of aces. Charged aces that apply a specific bonus when your outlaw is rested or charged. Core aces that unlock specific traits for your character. The majority of aces you discover let you choose one of 3 special traits to level up your outlaw. So you might be able to leap onto roofs with Roswell.
Now,
Oh wait, the first game
Let's take a look
wasn't
at
Space
Breach.
Bastards,
So
it was
starting
Void
at level
Bastards. That
2,
was the name.
We have one ace, Faith. This takes our armor to 0, but
It was
increases
okay.
health by 80.
I didn't mind it.
This is Breach at level 2. Her Gatling gun's got a slow spin-up time, and there's a bit of spread on fire, so
Excuse
you really
me.
have to concentrate on enemies to be effective. But let's see what happens when we level her up. First choice I'm going to make is Healer. So Preach is going to recover 100 health, and she's also going to give her partner 100 health after a showdown. Next, Brimstone looks great with its burning damage. Sharding, so that now she gets explosive damage as well on each of her bullets.
See, this-
Powered Gatling to reduce that spin-up time.
This is
that
actually
we
a good
did
kind. This
earlier.
is a good type of trailer. This is a good way of doing a
And
trailer.
Lastly, just to focus on the damage,
It's not as
I'm going
whiz
to go
bang
with Shooter
and flashy,
Plus to
but
give me 40 extra
having
ammo.
mechanics actually
Let's
explained to
take a
you is
first
really
look.
nice.
The combination
We don't get
of
that enough.
explosive rounds, burning, faster spin up, more ammo means that I can easily handle any of these enemies. Now that we've looked at aces, which are how you permanently level up your outlaw, they will also work in combination with mods, which you collect and use per sector. In this case, I've given Preach some homing bullets and a jetpack.
My soul is armored in righteousness. These
I've
boys
turned it
is
up
just
slightly.
dressing up.
Damn, if I can't look
Oh,
away.
too late.
I'm getting
I just turned up the audio and the fucking trailer's over already. It did end a little bit anticlimactically though. It just kind of stopped. He described a little bit of the game and was like, that's enough. Oh, that was an Aces overview. It was basically just showing you how that one aspect of gameplay worked. Does that mean there's other overview videos for that game? Maybe not. Maybe they're coming out later. I feel like I should probably call it. I can't be sitting here all morning waiting for new stuff to pop up in the search. They're going to be drip feeding new trailers over the next couple of days as Gamescom is on. So maybe the next Sunday stream that I do, I'll have to catch up on a bunch of them. Here's a new one. 1 minute ago. Will Follow the Light. Announcement trailer, Gamescom 2024. Nice. See? Every time I come back here, something new drops. That show floor is just pumping games out. Journey to the Savage Planet. Wait, what's this one called? Revenge of the Savage Planet, sorry. The sequel's got a different name. Is that it? Rainbreaker. Announcement trailer 22 hours ago. I don't know what that is. I'm going to look at it. Mouse PI for Hire official gameplay trailer. Oh, it's that. Yeah, we've seen that before. It's 5 days ago, so it's probably not part of Gamescom, but I'll have a look at it anyway, because that's a pretty cool concept. Tarisland. No, no, no. Okay. I think that's it. Nothing new. I prefer a professional voice actor rather than this monotone voice. Oh, you mean the game dev just lazily describing his game? I mean, yeah, true. It's just that style of trailer is good, because we don't get it often enough. Someone actually just properly explaining their game to you. Or aspects of it. Sometimes we just, like, get a bunch of flashy bullshit, and then at the end we're like, I still don't know how that game's actually played. Or what you do. It was just a bunch of blinking lights to make me go, ooh, ah. Alright, what is this? Because this is intriguing. I like the look of this already.
If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, or lose the common touch.
Huh?
If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you but none too much.
Oh, is this poetry?
If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run.
Uh-huh.
Yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
It's apocalyptic poetry simulator. Oh, maybe this plays more like a Myst or a Riven, with you exploring like a surreal location and solving puzzles. Also, there's clearly a bunch of boating. And sledding. Well, this game's got it all. And trench wandering. Sauntering, if you will. Red parka wearing. Red parka wearing simulator.
I will find you.
Is it will like a person's name and then follow the light as a subtitle? Or is it will follow the light as in I will follow the light? That's my question. It's one of my favorite kinds of indie games. Just moody, atmospheric, immersive storytelling. I don't care if it's a walking simulator. I'll walk from A to B if you're just telling me a good story. How do they describe it? A first-person, realistic, single-player adventure by Tomorrowhead Studios. Brave the harsh conditions of the wild to return home. Oh my god, the cat's grabbed my headphones and is pulling it. No! Please! Don't tear it! Oh no. Pip? Oh my god. He was actually trying to rip the earbud off the end of the cable. I just felt it pulling my head down towards the ground, and I'm like, whoa, there you are, wreaking havoc. Almost lost these pair of headphones. I have to go buy a new one. Maybe I should get a new one anyway, just to have a backup, just in case. What else we got? Rainbreaker. Twin stick isometric action-y thing with comic book graphics. Neat. This art style is pretty punk rock. I mean, the soundtrack that we're listening to is heavy metal, but the visuals are punk rock. Very colorful punk rock. Your weapon is a javelin gun. You can stab javelin style, and you can also fire bullets out of it, or plant it in the ground like a turret. It's pretty cool. Someone said punk rock, but also javelin-based gameplay, and then they did another bump of cocaine and became rich. At least the trailer got straight to the gameplay. Yeah, okay, cool. Choose your javelin, but that's a lance. Actually, that's a good point. They keep saying javelin, but the actual drawing of the weapon is more lance-like. They're making comparisons to Hades a lot in the comments. Medieval punk is such a cool mix. It was. It's a roguelike? Okay, I didn't get any obvious roguelike elements from the trailer, but sure. Feminoid propaganda. The fuck does that mean? I'm gonna give that a thumbs down because I think that person's being sexist for no reason. Another fun weapon concept was Chainsaw Lollipop. Yeah, that was great. They've got a remake of that coming out. There was a trailer not long ago. A couple months ago, maybe? What was it called? Lollipop Chainsaw Re-somethinged. Had a funny name. I've heard some... There's been some backlash from that remake, actually. They're changing things in the game that I think fans are annoyed by. Like, there were these splash screens where everything would go, like, pop-punk comic book panels. And apparently that's been removed, and it's now staying in-game graphics for those cutscenes. Which they're probably doing because maybe the pop-punk comic book thing was a way of getting around the hardware limitations of the time. Because it was an easier way to do cutscenes in a certain way. And now that, like, games have come a long way, they're like, we can just do this in-game graphics now and it won't really hold us back. But I think it's taking away some of the personality. I think that's why people are upset. Is Tara Strong still voice? Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's still... I don't think that's changed. I think just some of the visual, the more creative visual stuff, like the comic splash panels, the fact that they're taking those out and just doing more typical in-game graphics cutscenes, I think is annoying people because it's stripping some of the personality of it, which is fair. I can't wait to see if people whine that they're changing some of the jokes or taking out certain out-of-date humor moments, because I can see that happening. They probably will. There'll be scenes that are changed slightly, dialogue lines that are altered, maybe just to make the, like, certain moments of humor less offensive. Like, if something comes off as outdated and offensive, but it's not funny enough to retain, then that's usually why people change stuff like that. Because why keep something that might be problematic if it wasn't really that funny to begin with? Like, that's what they'd be thinking, at least. Ah, here's that mouse PI for hire game I mentioned before. We've seen trailers for this before. It's basically Cuphead if it was a first-person shooter. It's very stylish. I'm not sure if a first-person shooter is as exciting a use of this motif as something like Cuphead was. Because this kind of gameplay can get very repetitive. At which point the visual style stops really being that big a deal. How much fun does this look though? It's so cool to look at. This is another game where your skills at first-person shooters probably don't matter. It's more of about the aesthetic than the actual difficulty of the gameplay. Like, you could play a game like this on easy and get plenty out of it. Like, who cares about the challenge? I'm there for the style. Yeah. Fun. Sunset Hills announcement trailer. What's Sunset Hills? Wait, what did I just click on? Hand-drawn narrative puzzle game and a beautifully illustrated Victorian-inspired full of puppies. Hold up. I just found a Victorian-era puppy game by accident? What? Oh my god. Look at it. Well, this is warm to look at. This is cozy. Ah. Now I am very curious what the gameplay is. This better not be a first-person shooter. Plot twist, it's that hentai game we've been waiting to see. Surprise. This is so cozy. I'm feeling the warm and fuzzies. This might be a... Oh, look. The in-game graphics are actually great. Like pop-up picture book. This might be like a point-and-click style adventure game. Where you're trying to solve puzzles by how to use items that you find and pick up in your inventory. Although this kind of game nowadays, sometimes you can do these like walking simulator style, where it's more about just moving from scene to scene, conversation to conversation, just to continue the story. But there's no actual like specific gameplay aside from just controlling your character from scene to scene. Like, you don't necessarily need combat or puzzles. You could just control a character living through a story. I know people just call that walking simulator, but, like, I'm fine with that stuff as long as I mean, that aesthetic is so cozy. I would love to live in that for a night or two on stream. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. I think we've run out. I'll have to catch up on any extras that appear in the next couple of days. But unfortunately not Sunday, because I'll be away for work. It'll have to be the Sunday after. And then they should all be well tabulated by then. Because Gamescom will be finished. Oh, 10 minutes ago. Mars Attracts. Holy shit, Mars Attacks has a video game? Why do they call it Mars Attracts? That's weird. Ooh, interesting. Interessante. I want to see it. I was about to walk away and Gamescom just keeps dropping.
In New Orleans, they call the rising sun.
Better not be a phone game.
And it's been the ruin of
They're more extravagant visual novels. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I like games for their stories anyway. What the fuck? Oh, wait. I get it. It's a theme park on Mars. It's okay in the Mars Attracts in the Mars Attacks cinematic universe. They've made a game where you're building a Martian theme park based around humans as the topic. So every like display in your theme park is like a different diorama of human history, where you've got actual humans captured as the subjects, like in a zoo. Wow, this is cool. What an idea. Get it? Mars Attracts, as in attraction. Yeah, an attraction at a theme park. Haha. We have puns. This is quite an outside-the-box thinking game concept. I dug it. I think this is a PC-only game. Wishlist on Steam, but there's no other media's formats referenced in the final screen. No PlayStation, no Xbox, no nothing. Thrillville in space, someone said. I don't know if Thrillville is the one I would have gone with. Theme Park? I used to play Theme Park back in the day. Any other sneaky ones in here? Gamescom. There's Adam Fall. Just in case they didn't come up in the search before. The Dimensionals. 90s animated official trailer. Gamescom 2024. That's not something I think I've seen. I would have remembered a 90s aesthetic. The Crow is coming to Call of Duty. That's disappointing. Fans are going to be livid. Okay. Check out Dimensionals. Dimensionals!
When the Rift is in trouble, the only ones you can rely on are...
Oh, what the cut? What? What kind of game is this?
Dimensionals is the hottest new roguelike RPG.
Oh, it's a card-based roguelike RPG. Okay, never mind.
He's a bit of a dummy, but he loves blasting specters.
I love the trailer.
Mysterious Shade Strike, the smooth-tongued gambler from the Shadow Dimension. Assemble your favorite heroes. Strategize to make insane combos. But watch out, because Ragnarok's world-crushing bosses are no joke. Take on the Rift in style with the epic cartoon soundtrack by Brad Green. Experience wicked comic cutscenes in Dimensional's campaign mode, or blast your way through the open rift and face
I don't really want to... I love the 90s aesthetic, but the 90s cartoon thing is great. I don't really want to play the turn-based card stuff. I'm very not in the mood. They want you to play it on the Steam Deck, too. It does look like something that was made perfectly for Steam Deck. Well, I was excited by the Mars Attracts one, at least. That got me. That is very clever. I think that's it. Everything else we've seen. I like this Roadcraft game that we saw yesterday. The town infrastructure simulation game. Rebuilding towns that have gone through some kind of like natural disaster, having to repave roads and stuff and come up with the actual pathing, how it's going to work. That's kind of unique. I like that. Very dad game, though. The zoo in your capital had an area designated to display different cultures. 150 years ago, Eskimos, Africa, Australian Aboriginals. Yeah, but the difference from this game is, the one in your capital wouldn't have had actual human beings from those eras captured and on display like a zoo. Like, there wouldn't have been an actual Eskimo in the display, like, screaming for help. I wonder if that means that the Martians in Mars Attacks were going around throughout all the different eras, just, like, kidnapping humans just for their zoos. That would explain alien abductions throughout the years. They just want you for your zoo. You're going to be emblematic of your era. of culture. Your cultural time. You're the human that's going to be the display for that. I would be quite chuffed. I would be honored. And in this display, your common Twitch streamer / YouTuber in his element. And it's me just sitting there shirtless eating Biscoff off my tummy. Looking absolutely gross. It had actual people. It was a thing 150 years ago. Well, that's fucked up. That got sad very quickly. Anyway. Nothing else new. Let me give it one more refresh. Yep. I'll cut it off there. That was quite short. That was quite short for a... I don't normally do streams that are under 3 hours, but I was not expecting that indie showcase to go for like 5 seconds, and that was it. I think the more exciting thing of the stream tonight was just the fact that I had a cat on my shoulders, which has never happened. It's the first and only time Pip's done that. I should see if he wants to go on my shoulders later on purpose. I'll see if I can put him up there. Maybe he really enjoys running around like that. While I'm cleaning the house or cooking or something in the kitchen, he can ride along and watch what I'm doing. That's cute. Fun for the boy. I feel like I dressed up for not much showcase tonight. Pip was exciting. I bet he was excited. I think he likes being up on humans like that. I just don't think he's had the balls to try it with me because he's only just been getting used to me over the last week or so that they've been staying here. And now he's familiar enough to actually do that. I'm so honored. Anyway, it's 7 in the morning. Which means I'm going to be back tonight for more Atomic Heart. Today and tomorrow, I'm going to do as much Atomic Heart as I can, so I don't have as much to complete when I get back from my work trip next week. Because I'll only have 3 days when I get back to finish that game. So hopefully I can get through a good chunk of it tonight and tomorrow. Anyway, good to see you, streamer. Jeannie's probably fallen asleep or gone to work. Somewhere around those two. And whoever else is still lurking in the bushes. Good night to you two. Well, good morning. It is 7. I get to go have breakfast now. I get to go have a very well-dressed breakfast. It's just cereal. It's nothing that exciting. Alright, see you later.